I'm Gerald Swindle, Bassmasters Elite Series Angler. I'm here today to help you shortcut jerkbait fishing. It's one of the best springtime lures out there. It's a little bit overwhelming. There's 1,000 great colors and they all have unique action. In just a few minutes, I can have you being a lot better jerkbait fisherman. Jerkbaits have taken all type of forms over the year, from skinny, real narrow baits to even a little bit fatter girth. And you're seeing that really take hold in the last couple of years. They're changing the girth right here because they have tungsten balls inside them and an entire chamber where the ball goes back and forth to help you cast it better. So that's really tweaking the body style, but it's giving us tremendous action. Shorter lips are for your medium divers. All the long lip jerkbaits, they're going to be your 6 to 15 footers. So check it out. When you want to run about 6 foot, you want about a medium bill on it. If you're trying to get deeper than that, look for a spoon bill type. The bodies usually go from 4.5 to 6 inches, and always look for one with some type of weight system in it. It's going to help you cast it further. You know, when you look in this box, a lot of people would say you don't have the shot color, you don't have that crazy chartreuse and blue or fire tiger. Those are not my dominant jerkbait colors. Most of the time you're going to stick with something with a really nice shad pattern, greenback, white sides. A lot of the translucents are going to really scream your best performance on sunny, slick days. Some of the best days to jerkbait fish is high sunshine and wind. Most of those shot colors are going to get fish following and not eating it. So when you look in my box, you can see I try to stick with brim patterns and shad patterns and a lot of translucents, mostly only trying to tweak the color of the back or the color of the belly. You know, good hooks is important on every bait, but jerkbait fishing is when it really shines through, because most of the time I'm only throwing it on 8-pound fluorocarbon or 10-pound fluorocarbon. It's very thin diameter, and I throw it on a really light action rod. So without extremely sharp hooks, I'm going to lose some of the strikes. My bite's going to occur 90% of the time when the bait is sitting dead still, not moving, and then I've got to tighten it up and pull on them. So unless you have extremely sharp hooks, you're going to miss a lot of fish. Don't oversize your hooks. Most guys think I'm going to catch a 7-pounder, I want to put the biggest hook I can on there. Don't do that. You change the action of the bait. Most jerkbaits are going to come with a 5 or a 6 treble hook. Try to stick with that. Lucky Craft gives me some extremely sharp hooks. I stick with that, but sharp hooks means money in the bank. The reel is an extremely important tool when it comes to jerkbait fishing. It's not something you can just get by with. You wouldn't want to throw a 5-3 to 1 on this situation, because your bites are going to occur sitting still. You're going to have to take slack up on a long cast. You're going to really want to look around a 6-3 to 1 or 6-1 to 1. I love the Quantum right here, the new Tour Edition, the PT. Oh, it's super sweet. Has a fine magnetic adjustment on this side, which enables me to throw this bait into the wind for maximum distance. You get the best performance out of any jerkbait on a long cast, and that's what you have to look for. Smooth casting, the ability to dial it in and set it, to take up line, a nice spool capacity, and I know you're thinking, well, let's just throw a 7-3 to 1 or let's throw a burner. Most of the time when you're taking up line that fast, it's going to mess your rhythm up on your retrieve, and it's not going to be as natural to you. 6-3 to 1 is where you want to be when it comes to jerking. The rod I use stays the same. This is a Smoke 7-foot medium. It's an extremely light action. The tip is real light and fast. That way I don't overwork the bait. It's got enough backbone. If I get a big fish on, I can fight him. So look at it. 6-6 to 7-foot medium action. Medium light's where you want to be at on all your rod sizes. Too long a rod, you're not comfortable working it. Too short a rod, you don't have enough power on the hook set. You know, spinning rods and spinning reels were the ticket for a long time when it come to jerkbaiting. And people ask, why did most folks change? It's because the jerkbaits have gotten better, not because that rod or reel went out. The baits are heavier, we can cast them better and cast them into the wind, so more guys went back to the bait caster. But if you're learning how to jerkbait and you feel most comfortable with a spinning rod, absolutely, you can be a great jerkbait fisherman. Put on some 8 and 10 and get out there and whip that water. There's a couple of key things you need to remember when it comes to jerkbait fishing. Light action rods are going to get the best performance out of the bait. More shad natural colors are going to usually get more strikes. 8 to 10 pound test is about as heavy as you want to go jerking most of the time, because it takes away from the action of the bait. 6-3 to 1 reel. Remember these things when you get out on the water. Don't be scared to change the color of your bait. If fish follow your bait and doesn't bite it, change colors and see if you can't change the mood of the bass.